Yes, we are live now. Yes, we are live now. Welcome to Zoology Online Guru. Let's learn together. Okay, come and join the session. Questions, practice questions. Just only practice. Okay, most important question, simple to complex. Now we are going to discuss simple to complex questions. Okay, join the session. Human digestive system. Since 5 days, we discussed total human digestive system syllabus, and now we are going to start the questions. How the questions are coming in the examinations and how to answer the questions, question pattern, question depth, all levels. We will try to solve the questions, all level questions here, simple to complex, very simple to complex. Okay, come and join the session. Zoology Online Guru is our YouTube channel. Come and join. Okay, question number 1. Here, conversion of complex food molecules into their simple diffusible forms is known as. So complex, the carbohydrates converted into glucose. So complex converted into simple, it is known as, it is known as digestion. It is known as digestion. So if you know the answer, immediately answer, chart with options A, B, C, D. So you also engage. Okay, try to enter into the topic. Okay, not externally, deep. Come into the topic and you also guess the answers and tell the answers. Okay, first question is conversion of complex food molecules into their simplest form is known as digestion. Now, question number 2. The enzymes participate in the digestion process or comes under the class of enzymes. Enzymes are 6 classes. They grouped into 6 groups of classes. We already discussed it in the enzyme topic, that is the acronym. I'm writing here acronym. The acronym for enzyme 6 classes. So you have to remember like this. O, T, H, L, I, L. So this is the acronym code language to remember the 6 groups of classes of enzymes. O for oxido reductases, T transferases, H hydrolases, L liases, I isomerases, and L ligases. So in these 6, which class are these digestive enzymes are comes under? Okay, answer is A, hydrolases. Ligase, the joint. Transferase transfers the group, and liases. So in these 3, the answer is hydrolases. Answer is hydrolases. In the presence of water, they function. It is called hydrolases. So come and join the session. Right. Next question. Question number 3. In the human digestive system, the digestion starts at, so digestion starts at mouth or buccal cavity. Mouth or buccal cavity is the answer. 4th one, the anterior portion of the hard palate is with up and down ridges are known as. So here, buccal cavity. So this is palate. In the anterior portion, there are up and down ridges are there. These ridges are known as. So they are called labia. Labia means lips are called labia. Uvula, the posterior part of the soft palate, this is called uvula. Palatine ridge, palatine rugae, soft palate. This is the soft palate. This is hard palate, soft palate. But asking about the ridges, up and down ridges, they are called palatine rugae. They are called palatine rugae. This is the answer for question number 4, palatine rugae. Question number 5. The origin of teeth. Teeth are originated from ectoderm, endoderm, ectoendoderm, ectomesoderm. So answer it the question. Teeth are made up of or came from embryonic ectoderm, endoderm, ectoendo or ectomesoderm. Anybody are there? Answer it. So teeth have 3 parts. Outside, outer visible part is called crown, neck and root. Crown is made up of enamel. Just below the enamel there is a dentine. So enamel, dentine, both are present. Enamel is ectoderm and dentine is mesoderm. So the origin of teeth is ectomesodermal. This is the answer. Ectomesodermal. If anybody knows the answer, comment, chart with me. The answer is ectomesodermal. Is there any doubt? Ectomesodermal is the answer. Okay. Next, if the teeth embedded in the jawbone socket are known as, so teeth are different types. We discussed it. Diphyodont, thecodont. Okay, so like that, and deciduate teeth. So in that, if they are inserted into the jawbone socket, if they are inserted into the jawbone socket, they are known as options A, permanent teeth, homodont teeth, heterodont teeth, and thecodont. So here the answer is, if you know the answer, tell me. So here heterodont means 4 different types are there. Incisors, canines, premolars, molars, so called heterodont. Homodont, no, in our body there is no homodont. We have heterodont teeth. Homodont means all teeth are looks like same, but in our body heterodont. And permanent teeth, that 32 in number. So if they are embedded in the jawbone socket, they are called thecodont, very strongest teeth. And this type of teeth also present in the one of the reptile. Tell me, what is that reptile where this thecodont dentition is present? Thecodont dentition is present in which reptile? Tell the reptile name where thecodont dentition is present. Crocodiles. In crocodiles also very strongest teeth, thecodont is present. Next, temporary teeth, also called milk teeth, are also known as permanent teeth. No, they are milk teeth, so they are coming once again. So they are not called permanent teeth. Here deciduous teeth, heterodont. So heterodont teeth means they are having different types are there. Okay, thecodont. So they are a jawbone socket. They are called thecodont. So this is also not answer. So the answer is deciduous teeth. So deciduous means they are removable. They are removable. They are removable teeth are called deciduous teeth. Okay. Question number 8. Question number 8. The bulk of tooth is formed by the hard material is called. The bulk of a tooth is formed by a hard material is called. Yes. So tooth is made up of nothing but a tooth is made up of. In our body, tooth are present. Those are made up of one enamel, dentine, pulp or crown. Enamel, dentine, pulp, crown. Crown is the uppermost part of the teeth. So this is not the answer. Pulp is the inner, the whole cavity is called pulp cavity. The outermost covering is called enamel. So is not an answer. And total teeth is made up of a material, is very strong material in the teeth. They are called dentine is the answer for this question. Next, this dentine is secreted by. So dentine is a hard material present in the teeth. And this dentine, it is secreted by what? Amyloblast, fibroblast, odontoblast, and chondroblast. Dentine is secreted by. Just now we discussed about the tooth is made up of ectomesodermal in origin. Ectomesodermal. Ectodermal part is amyloblast part. Ectodermal part. Okay, it releases enamel. Enamel created from the amyloblast. It is ectodermal in origin. Fibroblast, fibers in our body, fibers are the elastic fibers, collagen fibers, reticular fibers. So the different types of fibers are there. We are not discussing about the fibers. Here it is teeth. Next, odontoblast. Yes, this is the answer. Odontoblast. Chondro means is cartilage. Study of cartilage is called chondrology. So here chondroblast cells not answer. It's here odontoblast. Odontoblasts are the cells. They are mesodermal in origin. Mesodermal. So mesodermal odontoblast cells, they produce the bulk of the dentine. Okay, and amyloblast cells, ectodermal in the origin, they produce the enamel, the outer white covering, the hardest material also in our body, the hardest material also enamel. So this is ectodermal enamel, and here odontoblasts are mesodermal origin. Our asking question is dentine is secreted by odontoblast mesodermal cells. Odontoblast mesodermal cells. Next question number 10. Match the following. The papillae of tongue and their function. Okay, very good. Papillae of tongue and their function. Read the question. Circumvallate, foliate, fungiform, filiform. Chewing and speaking, taste of bitter and sweet and salt, taste sour. If it is a tongue, posteriorly they are with very longest papillae. They are called circumvallate papillae. Okay, and at the sides, if you take it, is this one, sides. They are foliate papillae. In the middle, they are called fungiform papillae. At the tip, they are filiform papillae. Now tell me, what is the function of circumvallate papillae? Circumvallate papillae, back side they are present, so posteriors of the tongue, they are present for, they are for bitter taste. So bitter taste. Next, foliate papillae for taste of sour. So foliate papillae for D. So 1B, 2D, And fungiform papillae. Fungiform papillae. So this is the sweet and salt taste. Fungiform is sweet and salt. So 3 is the C, and remaining fourth one it is chewing and speaking. Chewing and speaking. Any doubt here? Any doubt? Chat with me if you have any doubts. So here, doubt is here. Filiform. Filiform papillae are they are keratinized papillae, and there is no activity of a sense of taste. So they lack the sense of taste. They are useful for the chewing of the food materials and also for the speaking purpose only. But filiform papillae, they cannot sense the sense of taste. Okay. So this here 1B, 2D, 3C, and fourth one is the A. This is the answer. Okay. Next, question number 11. Which papillae of the tongue are keratinized? Just now we discussed keratinized and do not contain taste buds. So taste buds are absent in the filiform. Taste buds are absent in the filiform papillae. They are for chewing and speaking purpose only. Next, 12th one. The largest papillae of the tongue are the largest one. So posteriorly they are very large papillae are there. Posterior. So this is the anterior, sides, anterior. So this is the posteriorly very large one are there. They are called circumvallate papillae. Circumvallate papillae are the largest papillae on the tongue. So we are going simple to complex. Simple. First starting with the simple questions and going further. It is somewhat important and difficult questions. The bitter taste is most strongly perceived at tip is sweet and salt. Sides sour. Dorsal midline also sour only. Here posterior tongue. So posteriorly the tongue is with the circumvallate papillae. They gives the bitter taste of bitter taste. Okay. So that is the posterior part is a bitter taste. Question number 14. Burning mouth syndrome involving the tongue is often associated with burning mouth of syndrome. It is syndrome. So burning mouth syndrome is a group of different systems are involved here. So here vitamin B12 deficiency, definitely vitamin B12 deficiency, burning of mouth takes place. So burning sensation. And hypothyroidism. So thyroxine, low level of thyroxine also creates this one. Diabetes persons. So diabetes mellitus. Yes, definitely. So diabetes mellitus also causes this burning mouth sensation syndrome. So here vitamin B12 deficiency, hypothyroidism, diabetes mellitus, all. So above all, this is answer. Above all causes they are associated with the burning mouth syndrome. Okay. Next. So come and join the session and share the link Zoology Online Guru live session for bits practice. For the topic is human digestive system. So this is 14 questions were completed. Now 15th question. Answer the 15th question, anybody? So the nasopharynx is separated from the oropharynx. So nasopharynx and oropharynx separated by uvula, palatopharyngeal arc, palatoglossal arc, soft palate. Okay. Nasopharynx and oropharynx. See, nose. This is palate. This is oral cavity. So here, this is oral cavity. This is nasal cavity. See, nasal cavity and oral cavity separated by uvula is wrong answer because this is uvula. Palatopharyngeal arc. So palatopharynx, here arc is there, okay, arc, and palatoglossal arc, okay, palatoglossa, and soft palate. Soft palate. This is the soft palate. This is soft palate. Question is the nasopharynx. So this is the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx and oropharynx. This is the oropharynx. So here nasopharynx and oropharynx are separated by, it is the answer is a soft palate. So soft palate, this is a hard palate, this is soft palate. So soft palate separates these two, nasopharynx and oropharynx. The posterior part of the soft palate is uvula. So this is uvula. So answer is D, soft palate. So next question, question number 16. We completed 15 questions. Question number 16. The pharynx develops mainly from, so pharynx develops mainly from neural crest cells, endoderm of the foregut, mesoderm of somites, surface ectoderm. So what is the answer for this question? What is the answer? So the pharynx develops mainly from, here gut, total gut. So gut is originated from the endoderm. So the answer is endoderm of the foregut. So endoderm of the foregut creates the pharynx. Okay. Next question. Which part of the pharynx lies posterior to the nasal cavity? Which part of the pharynx lies posterior to the nasal cavity? Oropharynx, nasopharynx, laryngopharynx, hypopharynx. Answer this question. So here nasal cavity, palate, oral, uvula, esophagus. So oral cavity, nasal cavity. Here question is which part of the pharynx? This is the pharynx area. This is pharynx area. Pharynx is divided into three parts. Nasopharynx, exactly here this is the oropharynx, this is laryngopharynx. Larynx is there, laryngopharynx. Question is which part of the pharynx lies posterior to the nasal cavity? This is the nasal cavity. Very much posterior is this is the posterior to the nasal cavity is see here which part of the pharynx is posterior to the nasal. This is the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity posteriorly, here there is a nasopharynx. So posterior to the nasal cavity it is a nasopharynx. Okay, answer is nasopharynx. Question number 18. The opening of the auditory tube from the ear, okay, ear. In the ear there is a Eustachian tube is there, Eustachian tube. So Eustachian tube is called auditory tube. Okay, Eustachian tube. Auditory tube means here Eustachian tube. Eustachian tube is called auditory tube. Is found in the nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx, hypopharynx. Okay, right. See, this is nasal cavity, oral cavity, uvula, epiglottis, and this is glottis. Okay, like this. So this is nasal cavity, and here this is nasopharynx. Nasopharynx. From the ear, a canal come and joins here. Joins here. This is the auditory tube, Eustachian tube. So this Eustachian tube enters into the nasopharynx. Answer is A, nasopharynx. Is there any doubts, anybody? Nasopharynx, this is the answer. Next one, 19th one. 19th one. The pharyngeal tonsils. The pharyngeal tonsils is located are located in the nasopharynx, oropharynx, laryngopharynx, hypopharynx. Answer the question. Anybody are there? Answer this question. The pharyngeal tonsils, pharynx area, the pharyngeal tonsils are present. So the nasopharynx means near to the nose upper region. Oro means exactly in the mouth oral cavity. Larynx area, laryngopharynx, larynx area, and hypopharynx. This is not present in the hypopharynx. Is a new word. This is new word. So hypopharynx. The answer is here. So this is the laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx area. There are the pharyngeal tonsils are located in the laryngopharynx area. Laryngopharynx. Okay. Next. Question number 20. The primary function of the nasopharynx is. So nasopharynx function. Passage of air only. Here, passage of air only, passage of food only, passage of food and air, passage of food and air, passage of food and air, and speech production. So the primary function of nasopharynx, so nasal cavity, so this is the answer of only passage of air. So only passage of air. During swallowing, the nasopharyngeal isthmus is closed by elevation of soft palate and constriction of the pharyngeal walls, lowering of the soft palate, relaxation of a palatopharynx, okay, contraction of stylopharynges. Here, very simple question, this one. So in this area, this is the soft palate. So this is the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx. So whenever we are swallowing the bolus, this is the bolus. Whenever the bolus enters in the posterior of the oral cavity, when they enters into the esophagus, then the soft palate here, they go upward, and they are dilates and press the back side. So the elevation of the soft palate and constriction of the pharyngeal wall, this is known as the isthmus is closed. Isthmus means the junction of nose and mouth. So this area closed because of the elevation of the soft palate and constriction of the pharyngeal wall. So this is answer is A. 21 question, answer is A. So elevation of soft palate and constriction of pharyngeal walls. Next, here another type of questions are there. Which part of the stomach? Which part of the stomach? Yes. Which part of the stomach connects directly to the esophagus? Stomach has three parts: cardiac stomach, fundic stomach, and pyloric stomach. So in this, which stomach is directly linked to the esophagus? Very simple question. So this is a cardiac stomach. So answer is cardiac stomach is the answer. Cardiac stomach. Next question. The pyloric sphincter regulates the passage of food into which part of the digestive system? So from the pyloric stomach, the food enters into the U-shaped duodenum. The U-shaped duodenum. So here the answer is U-shaped duodenum is the answer. So in the duodenum, the food enters into that one. Okay. Next. Next. Which type of epithelial tissue lining is found in the human stomach? So stomach, what type of epithelium? Stratified squamous epithelium, simple columnar epithelium, pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium, and transitional epithelium. Here transitional means it is present in the urinary bladder. So always is changing. So this is not the our answer. Transitional epithelium present in the urinary bladder. Pseudo-stratified. So it's not stratified but looking like a pseudo-stratified. Columnar. So columnar is present. Where in the stomach columns are present. But coming to the stratified squamous epithelium, simple columnar epithelium. So answer is a simple columnar. So here, yes, simple columnar. Here, this one. Not pseudo-stratified. Here, simple. So column is present. So simple columnar epithelium present in the stomach area. So if you take the diagrammatic representation. So this suppose this is the stomach. In the stomach, the simple columnar epithelial cells are present. So simple columnar epithelial cells are present in the stomach area. So that is the simple columnar epithelium is present in the stomach region. Stomach. This is stomach. Stomach. Up to now, any doubts? Up to now, any doubts? Ask me. And here, second level, the fourth question, second level. Which stomach cells are secrete hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acid. So here, chief cells, parietal cells, mucous neck cells, and G cells. Here, chief cells, also called peptic cells, they release. See here, we discussed in the topics. Chief cells, also called peptic cells, they release pepsinogen. They release pepsinogen. Secondly, parietal cells, they release HCl. Mucous neck cells, they release mucus. G cells also they release mucus. Okay. So here the answer is parietal cells. Parietal cells, they release HCl. Question number 5. The chief cells of the stomach secretes. Chief cells. Just now we discussed the chief cells, also called peptic cells. Chief cells also known as peptic cells. So peptic cells they release pepsinogen. Chief cells also known as here peptic cells. Peptic cells. Next, question number 6. Gastrin, a hormone that stimulates. Gastrin hormone stimulates gastric acid secretion. Yes, is produced by. So gastrin is a hormone. It is secreted by which one? Parietal cells, chief cells, G for here gastrin, G cells, and enterochromaffin-like cells. So D is the enterochromaffin-like cells, but here G for gastrin for G cells. So here gastrin is a hormone secreted by the G cells of the stomach. So in the stomach, G cells are present. They secrete a gastrin hormone. This gastrin hormone are G cells responsible for releasing of hydrochloric acid from the oxyntic cells. Okay. Next, which layer of the stomach wall contains the mesenteric plexus? Mesenteric plexus in the stomach cross section we have mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa and serous layer. Here muscularis externa, muscles. Here myo means muscles. So very simple to answer. In the myo means muscles here. So mesenteric plexus is called muscularis externa, muscles are there. So answer is C for the question number 7. And 8 one, the rugae of the stomach are glandular folds that secrete enzymes, okay, temporary folds that no, permanent ridges that increase surface area, no need of increase surface area, okay, and lymphoid tissue, no, this is not lymphoid tissue, is a temporary folds that allows expansion. This is called the rugae of the stomach area, the rugae. So in the stomach area, some rugae are present here, folds are there, they are temporary folds, okay. So the answer is temporary folds that allows the expansion, so increasing of the size of the stomach by this rugae. So answer is B. So the rugae of the stomach are temporary folds that allows expansion of the stomach. Next, which of the following is not a function of the stomach? Okay, not a function of the stomach is. So D. Here, see here, protein digestion. Yes, pepsin is present. The enzyme pepsin digests the proteins. Asking the not the answer. So mechanical churning of the food, yes, the up and down mixing of the food by the churning of the food. Absorption of most nutrients, no. Absorption takes place from the intestine, not the stomach. You will see, not means here, okay. Absorption of most nutrients and storage of food, it also stores the food, okay. Yes, good. So answer is here, absorption of most nutrients is wrong answer. So that wrong answer is our right answer. So absorption of most nutrients is wrong answer. Pepsin functions best in which pH range? What is the pH of the pepsin? Pepsin present in the stomach area. Pepsin present in the stomach area. In the stomach, HCl is present. The HCl pH is very strongest one, 0.9 to 1.8. So here, where is the 0.8 to 1.9? Oh, this is 1.3. So 1 to 3. So 1 to 3. Yes, this is the. So among this is the best answer. Actually, the HCl present in the stomach, it produces 0.9 to 1.8 is this is the stomach gastric juice pH. So answer is A. Which nerve primarily controls stomach motility and secretions? So which nerve? Glossopharyngeal nerve, vagus nerve, hypoglossal nerve, phrenic nerve. Okay, tell me answer. Anybody, if you know the answer, tell me. Question number 11. Answer the question number 11. If you know, anybody of you know the answer. What is the nerve controls the digestion of digestion? It's called here motility of secretions of the stomach motility movement. Which nerve brings the information to make digestion? The longest nerve, 10th nerve in our body. The longest nerve, 10th nerve, controlling heartbeat, respiration, digestion. Most important. 3 are most important. Heartbeat, respiration, digestion. Longest nerve, 10th cranial nerve. What is the 10th cranial nerve? Anybody? What is the name of the 10th cranial nerve? 10th cranial nerve is called vagus nerve. Answer is B. For the question number 11, the answer is B. Vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve, longest nerve. It controls digestion, respiration, and also heartbeat. Next, question number 12. Intrinsic factor essential for vitamin B12 absorption is secreted by, okay, vitamin B12, exactly. So chief cells, also called peptic cells, they secrete pepsinogen. So chief cells, also called peptic cells, they secrete pepsinogen. And second one, parietal cells. These are also known as accentic cells. Accentic cells, they release HCl and this intrinsic factor, Cassell's intrinsic factor for the absorption of vitamin B12. Cassell's intrinsic factor. So to absorb the vitamin B12, we require intrinsic factors. Cassell's intrinsic factor, it is from the parietal cells or accentic cells. G cells, G for gastrin hormone. Endocrine cells, they release certain hormones are there. So answer is here B. Accentic cells, also called parietal cells. Any doubts up to now? Any disturbance in the voice? Question clarity? Now the question pattern changed. We are enters into the assertion and reasoning type questions. Assertion number A. The buccal cavity is the first part of the alimentary canal in the humans. Yes, okay. The buccal cavity is the first part. That reason, because it is involved in ingestion. Yes, it ingests the food material. Definitely, there is no doubt. Ingestion. Mastication, yes, teeth are present, so it masticates the food material. Mastication. And partial digestion. So here carbohydrates are digested partially. So okay, partial digestion of the food. Yes, here answer is both A and B are correct, and R is explaining A. So answer is here A. Both A and R are correct, are true, and R is a correct explanation of A. That is the answer. Question number 2. Saliva. Assertion. Saliva in the buccal cavity. Yes, saliva in the buccal cavity contains amylase enzyme. Okay, good. Thiolin, which digest the proteins. No, amylase for carbohydrates. Not the proteins. So this is wrong. So A is wrong. Reason, because salivary amylase breaks starch into maltose. Good. Correct. So A is wrong, R is correct. Option C is the correct answer. So in the assertion reason type, C option is always A is wrong and R is correct. So answer is C. So answer D. Here A is wrong, R is correct here. A is false but R is correct. Option is D. Not see here. Option D is A is false and R is true. So option D. Okay. Right. Next question. Question number 3. Tongue helps in tasting, manipulating food and swallowing. Yes, good. Correct. So the functions of tongue are not only tasting, but also for swallowing and also manipulating the food materials. Is good, because taste buds are absent on the surface of the tongue in humans. No. Why absent? So R is wrong. A correct. R is wrong. A is 2. Yes, A is true, but R is wrong. So option C. Buccal cavity also plays a role in speech production. Buccal cavity, okay, buccal cavity also plays a role in the speech production. Yes, because movement of tongue and lips helps in articulation of words. Good. Both are correct. Yes. So option A is correct. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation to A. So that is my answer. Question number 5. Salivary secretion is controlled by sympathetic nervous system only. Whenever we are getting only, we have to wait for some time. 2 seconds. Only. Wait for 2 seconds. Salivary secretions is controlled by sympathetic nervous system only. No. Here, adrenal gland secretions and some of the neurotransmitters, they also stops the salivary secretion, so they also have the control. So this is maybe wrong. We'll see this one. And region, because parasympathetic stimulation increases salivary flow. Yes, definitely. Sympathetic nervous system. Okay, it lowers the salivary secretion. Sympathetic lowers the saliva. Lowers the salivary secretion, saliva, but it's not only one, so it's not only. Some of the other also is there. So A is wrong and R is correct. So A is false, but R is correct. Fourth one. Answer is fourth one, D. Question number 6. Any doubts are there? Chat with me. Answer the questions. If you know the answers, chart the answers A, B, C, D, like that. You can tell the answers. If you know the answers, please tell. Respond. Next, the hard palate separates the oral cavity from the nasal cavity. Yes, definitely. Why not? Exactly. Correct answer. So the hard palate separates the oral cavity from the nasal cavity. Yes. Because the soft palate prevents the food from entering the nasal passage during the swallowing. Yes, this is correct. The soft palate prevents food from entering the nasal passage during the swallowing. Good. Okay. The hard palate separates the oral cavity from the nasal cavity, that only because the soft palate prevents, because so both are correct, but R is not that much of explaining. So A and R are correct, but R is not explaining the A. Here see, the hard palate separates the oral cavity from the nasal cavity, correct, because the soft palate prevents the food from entering the nasal passage during the swallowing. Okay, A and R both are correct. Option B. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So this B is the option. B is the option for that one. I think B. If you know the answer, comment me, chat with me why that B is not the answer. If you know the answer, tell me. I have answer for that one, so that is the option B only correct. Next, question number 7. A. Assertion. The buccal cavity is lined with stratified squamous epithelium. Good. Correct. So buccal cavity is definitely is with stratified, because always the layers are removing by the action of the eating purpose. So, but there is no any damage. It is stratified, multi-layered. Yes. Buccal cavity is multi-layered. So stratified means multi-layered. Multi-layered. Yes, this is correct. Multi-layered squamous epithelium. Good, because this lining provides the protection. Good, protection against mechanical injury during the mastication. whenever we eat food material, sometimes what happens, involuntarily our teeth enters into the cheek and will press and eat some flesh, but there is no problem to us, because it is made up of stratified squamous epithelial cells. Multi layers are there. So in the buccal cavity there is a multi layers are present, so called stratified squamous epithelium. So A is the answer here, because both A and R are correct, and R is the best explanation of A. Next, another type of questions here for stomach, only for the stomach region. See, assertion reasoning questions, stomach. The stomach secretes pepsinogen instead of active pepsin. Yes, definitely, exactly. So after secretion of the pepsinogen, HCl converts inactive pepsinogen to active pepsin. We know. Yes, this is correct. Why? Because pepsinogen is inactive, yes, and gets converted into pepsin only in the acidic medium, to prevent self digestion of our stomach tissue. Yes, to stops the self digestion of our tissue, it is released in the inactive form. Whenever there is HCl, whenever there is a food material, then only it is converted into the pepsin, then it digests the proteins in the food material, and it not digest our own stomach protein. Yes, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Next, question number 2. Approximately 50 minutes completed. Approximately 50 minutes completed. If you have any doubts, ask me. Any doubt? Up to now, we are discussing about the level 4 questions in the stomach, only stomach. Hydrochloric acid is in the stomach, kills bacteria. Yes, definitely, and creates an acidic pH for enzyme action. Yes, correct. Wonderful. This is correct. Reason, because the optimum pH for pepsin activity is around 2. Oh, so good, because the stomach gastric juice pH is 0.9 to 1.8. So around this one. So around 2 means 1.8 means around 2. So both A and R are correct. Option A is the correct answer. Both A and R are correct, are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Is good. Next, question number 3. We will try maximum of the questions within the 1 hour. We will try maximum question solvation. Assertion region questions. Another one. Mucus secreted by the stomach glands, yes, protects the lining of the stomach from the HCl and digestive enzymes. Yes. So mucus work is protection of stomach from the HCl. Yes, definitely is correct answer. Because the epithelial cells of the stomach wall are replaced only. See, whenever you are seeing the only, then stop for 2 seconds and think, just think. Okay, something is there. Only means something is there. So replaced only once in a lifetime? No. Once in a lifetime means it's not possible. So they are replacing number of times in our lifetime. Hence they need thick mucus for survival. No, this is the wrong answer. So in the stomach, the cells are present. They are mechanically, otherwise by the HCl activity, by pepsinogen, whatever activity, they are killed or removed, and once again they are creating the new cells. So here A only correct and R is false. A is true but R is false. So option C is our answer. Next, question number here in the stomach, 4th question. The 4th question is, answer is, tell the answer. Anybody, if you know the answer, tell me the answer for question number 4. The stomach participates in both mechanical and chemical digestion of food. Yes, mechanically churning process, movements. So the mechanical movement is there. So it mixes the food material here and there. So mechanical digestion and chemical digestion by the pepsinogen and renin. So here, because churning movement mix the food material and gastric juice with to form the chyme, where enzymes start protein digestion. Yes, both are correct. A is correct and R is the correct explanation of the A. So option A is the correct one. Question number 5. The pyloric sphincter regulates the passage of food from the stomach to the duodenum. Yes, why not? Definitely. So the pyloric sphincter present at the opening of the pyloric stomach into the duodenum. It regulates the food enters into the duodenum from the stomach. Yes, because it's correct one. Because sudden emptying of the acidic chyme into the duodenum may damage intestinal lining. Yes, definitely. So whatever the stomach acidity is there, if total food from the stomach enters into the duodenum, it may cause harm or damage to the epithelial cells of the duodenum. That's why some amount of the food only slowly enters into the duodenum. So both are correct. Option A is correct. Both A and R correct, and R is explaining correctly to A. Question number 6. Yes. Renin is an important enzyme in the stomach of human infants. Yes, infants only, because they feed with milk. So infants are feed with milk. So milk digestion, casein digestion by the renin, most important for the infants, because it helps in the digestion of milk protein by converting casein into paracaseinate. Yes, both are correct. Both are correct. Option A is correct answer. Question number 7. Yes, we are stopping here. This is the last question for us for this session. Okay. Question assertion. Gastric juice contains intrinsic factor necessary for absorption of vitamin B12. Yes, Cassell's intrinsic factor is secreted by the oxyntic cells, also called parietal cells. So parietal cells secretes this vitamin gastric intrinsic factor, because vitamin B12 is essential for the maturation of red blood cells. Definitely. So for the maturation of red blood cells in the bone marrow, for the division of the cells, nucleus, DNA maturation, so all are present in the bone marrow. So for the maturation of the red blood cells, we need vitamin B12, definitely. So this is the correct answer here. A is correct. Assertion is intrinsic factor for absorption of vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 essential for the maturation of the RBC. Exactly correct. So both A and R are correct, and R also explaining the A. So these are the questions. So we discussed so many questions in this session. So go through these questions. If you have any doubt in these question answers, and if you have any question, difficult question, tomorrow also we will discuss some of the other questions are there. So some more questions also present. I think some more questions also. Yes, another type here from the small intestine. I think small intestine. Yes, some more questions also there, but we'll discuss some more questions in tomorrow session. So tomorrow, maybe 2 to 4. Tomorrow is Sunday. So 2 to 4, our session, live session, come and join. So we will do some more questions. We will practice some more questions. So like the channel Zoology Online Guru, like it, subscribe, and also share to those need this information about the zoology. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.